Hi everyone, it's Hina. In today's video, I want to talk about something different from usual. And in fact, I would like to talk about these things a little bit more on this channel from now on. And I'm going to give you more details in different video. But today, I want to talk about the reason why you were interested in learning Japanese or the Japanese culture or Japan itself in the first place. I believe that there is always a meaning when you want to do something or when you want something, especially if that excites you. This is really about how I see the world and how I believe how this universe works. So it's okay if you believe different things, but let me just share how I think about this thing. So basically, we're a spiritual being. We have our body, but we also have spirit inside of us, or maybe like up there, but you are connected to that version of yourself as well. And before you were getting into this physical body, you decided what you want to experience in this life, in this body, as this person. That can be something that you wanted to learn or what you wanted to enjoy, or something that you really wanted to try out. With all these limits, time, space, we have a lot of limits compared to where we came from. And when you want to try out new things, when you want to do something, and when it just feels so right inside of you, that's usually the yes sign from your soul or a higher self, whatever you want to call it. So basically, your higher self decided what you want to do in your life, the purpose of your life, what you want to experience, what you wanted to learn. So, whenever you're going toward that direction, you get the signal from your higher self saying, yes, that's where we're going. Versus when you're going to the opposite side or a different direction, your higher self will tell you, no, 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 that's not where we wanted to go. And that would give you the feeling of not doing the right thing. Doesn't like you're supposed to be happy, but you don't really feel fulfilled, or it just doesn't feel good at all. When you're going to the direction of where you decided that you wanted to go, you feel this emotions of like, oh, I really want to try that, or that interests me, or this kind of like it just your higher self is telling you by giving you the urge of trying out new things. Okay. And being that said, the reason that you were interested in Japanese, learning Japanese, or like any cultural things, or the country itself, or Japanese people, um, there has to be a meaning. And there are 5 things that I wanted to share today. And maybe you resonate with one, or maybe more than two as well, because purpose can change and one can lead to even bigger purpose. So you can feel resonated with more than two. But and so just keep watching if you feel right now that your higher self got you here watching this and tell you, hey, that's what we're supposed to do. So let's see if you have a mission or life purpose around Japan related things. Okay. So first one is people who just really love languages. I was once in this polyglot communities, and there are so many talented people who speak multiple languages, and that was so mind-blowingly cool that they could just speak a lot of languages. And some of them could speak Japanese as well, and the fluency is wow, like they're so good at Japanese. um, and for them, the learning process itself can be something that they wanted to experience in their life. or knowing Japanese, being able to use Japanese was something that they needed for their purpose of their life. Then that doesn't have to be in Japan or related to Japan, but they just needed the experience of learning Japanese or the knowledge of the Japanese language. So it's totally fine if you don't know where you're going to use your Japanese. Maybe you just want to travel, and that's totally fine. If you still like learning, that there has to be a reason, and the experience of learning that will help you bringing to your true purpose of your life. For example, when I was in middle school, I was watching these drama series and movies. And until then, I had really no interest in learning English at all, even though my parents was taking me to English lessons. I never really had taken it seriously. But when I started watching those series, I was like, oh my God, like I really, really want to be able to speak this language. And that's when I started learning language. And back then, I didn't really have any dream or anything. I just enjoyed the learning process. And eventually, that led me here today, being able to express myself using English and talking about the Japanese language and also the spirituality and everything. It was just the right choice that I did. This middle school me can be you right now for yourself in the future. So that was the first one. And the second one, this is interesting, but these people have their past life as Japanese person. And believe me, I have so many clients that I can tell that they used to be a Japanese person somewhere in their past life. And the sign that I see is that they love Japanese food, and I don't really mean only like the ones you eat at the restaurant, but the ones that we actually eat at home. So it's not really only about the ramen, tempura, soba, but very, very like something that we actually eat daily basis. They just cook it at home and enjoy them, even if they don't live in Japan. Or they come back to Japan every year or like once in a while. They just cannot not come back to Japan. They always go back to the same place. I'm pretty sure they have this energetic connection with the certain places. Maybe that's a shrine or the certain nature, maybe the mountain or this big park or the historical place. I can really think of few clients. I can tell you used to be a Japanese person. So, like, if you have your job in your country and you really like it, and you have your family, your friends, everything is there. So you don't really have to or want to move to Japan, live in Japan, but you cannot ignore Japan either. Like you always have to come back here. Then this can be the chance that you used to be a Japanese person somewhere in your past lives. Okay. And number three, so these people have a purpose of bringing back some kind of energy from Japan to their country. You maybe have learned Japanese before, you lived here, you have those experience and your own insight on certain things. And your purpose, your I wouldn't say the whole purpose, but like you have this little mission that you're bringing back to your country, and it actually doesn't really have to be you physically doing something actively. Just living in here, having experience already changed your vibration, frequency, and everything. So you already hold that energy inside you. So just you going back to the country would affect people around you. So that can be your purpose as well. So maybe you don't have any interest really regarding to Japan anymore. Maybe you want to come back as a traveler, but it feels like your job is completed here. So you no longer feel too attracted to the country or language or culture or anything, even if you did before. This can be you. Number four, this is a group of people who actually have the purpose in Japan, who have a mission to accomplish here in Japan. So, those of you who maybe are already living in Japan and your Japanese is quite good, maybe you passed exams like JLPT N2 level or N1. That's so cool. And it was your dream to come to Japan, live in Japan, have a life here. And now you made it true. So, like, you're supposed to be happy, but maybe you don't feel fulfilled like you thought you would be. Maybe you have something else to do. Basically, the older process and experience of learning Japanese or coming to Japan was really the entrance to your real life purpose to accomplish here in Japan. And I have multiple people around me who I think that they have a mission right here in Japan. And a lot of times they feel lost first because they thought their goal was to coming to Japan and they made it true. Then they feel lost. So if you feel related to this, just really um, ask yourself and to your higher self, why, why did you really come to Japan? You must have had something that you wanted to accomplish. You have something that you wanted to express. And that mission is something that you could only do here in Japan with your upbringing. So, the environment that you were brought up, the school that you went, the language you speak, all the experiences that Japanese people would never experience here in Japan. You have those experiences, and you had to have that experience in order to do something about this mission, your purpose of your life here in Japan, and you have that impact. So maybe some of your higher selves are talking to you like, yes, 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 that's why we are here. We're supposed to be doing something. Like we know, we decided that we're gonna do something here. We decided to we're gonna express ourselves here and everything. So if you hear that voice inside you, that's you. You have mission here in Japan. And I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but you can be related to multiple ones. And maybe one leads to another, or maybe the journey related to Japan has already been finished. That really depends on people. But number five is not really related to Japan, but it's really related to me. There are so many Japanese teachers, coaches, tutors that you can learn Japanese from. But why did you match to this specific video in the first place? This is not a big channel. I just started uploading videos 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. It's not been that much. So, not a lot of people know me. But you're here. You match to my energy at this frequency of this reality. I would say the reality of this video recommended to your YouTube. So there can be a reason for that too. And I'm preparing this deep alignments and life purpose session for anyone that feels like they have their life purpose or mission here in Japan. And if you already live in Japan, feeling lost, feel like you have something that you need to work on, or like you feel like you have a mission, you just can't remember what it was, or you have something that you want to express but you don't know how. That's the reason I'm here for, helping you, guiding you through those paths. Really live aligned with your higher self or what you really wanted to do in your life. Or if you are still learning Japanese, but eventually it feels like you want to come to Japan, live in Japan, there has to be something that you have to accomplish. Um, and when I say you have to, it's like it's the urge of like excitement, right? Like I really need to do something, not like I gotta do something with like the heavy frequency. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. But yeah, for those who are still watching, maybe you and I just had this like soul contract before we were even born to meet up in this timeline at this time, around this time, um, here in Japan, or maybe online, to really make both of our life purpose come true, aligned with ourselves, make it into the reality, and really live the fulfilled life together. So that can be you as well. Conclusion: you are the only one who know what you came here for as a human being and also a spiritual being. You decided what you wanted to do in your life, and so really the only way you know what your purpose is to ask yourself, and listen to your higher self's voice. Like, what are we here for? What do I want to do? Do I feel aligned with this thing? Okay, so really listen to that voice, follow it, and it will lead you to your life purpose. And maybe that can happen in Japan. And maybe that can lead to working together with me. And yeah, I'm just so excited to see you there. And so, yeah. And I mean, you don't have to work with me, but I'm really like making this intention of meeting up my soul family here in Japan, accomplishing our mission together. It's like I'm assembling my Avenger members. That's how I really feel like. But yeah, so listen to your heart, listen to your higher self, ask yourself, what is your purpose of your life? Why did you come to Japan? Why did you start learning Japanese? And tell me in the comments what your higher self just answered you. All right. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.